It would seem as though.
And we are here for another episode of It Would Seem As Though, the podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing.
But again, mostly nothing.
Right. However, this week we have a topic that we want to discuss with you. We want to talk about men and dating.
And you know, my opinion in men...
I love the face that you're all,
I know, but here's my thing.
Men.
Listen, my opinion in men has changed quite drastically, I think, within the past few years. And I mean, not all men. You're right, not all men.
Right.
But...
Oh God, hashtag not all men. I'm so sick of that shit already.
But after these stories, I kind of feel like all men. Do you know what I mean?
Well, before we get that far, I'm Vesta.
I'm Annika.
And we're the crazy ladies who just like to talk about whatever the hell comes to our minds. And sometimes it's nowhere near the topic. Sometimes it is the topic. Sometimes it's just random bullshit that you're like, what the hell are they talking about? But that's our lives,
Yeah,
right?
right. That's how we communicate.
Right.
It is a lot of... Oh, wait, and then that reminds me of... Let me tell you a story about... Oh, wait, picture it. You know, there's a lot of segue.
Until pretty soon you've segued into an entirely new, neighborhood, and you're like...
Listen,
I'm
here's
lost.
my example.
I don't know where I started.
It's like when you're on your computer and you're on the internet and you have way too many tabs open. You just keep, oh, that's interesting. And then you go back to your first tab. You're like, oh, anyway. So I was saying what I was saying about what's her face from down the street, whatever.
You know, it's funny to me whenever there's certain comedians that when I watch them, I always have just a tiny little bit of anxiety that when they get off topic, they're not ever going to remember where they started, and so they're not going to... Because I was like, well, that first story was really interesting. I hope you get back and finish it.
Yeah.
You know, Kathy Griffin, I think, is kind of the queen of that.
Right.
Because she'll get off topic, but somehow...
Gets back.
Always loops it back around. And obviously, her stuff is rehearsed and whatever. Yeah. But I've seen how she plans for her concert. She just writes it on a piece of paper, looks at it, and is like, oh, right, I'm going to talk about that.
But also, she's been doing it for 100 years, girl.
She has.
Yeah.
You know, we've been telling you for the last several weeks that we have a new segment in our show, Ask a Mortician. So we haven't had any questions yet, comments, queries, or complaints, or hate mail, or anything yet. However, I do want to answer a very frequently asked question. When people find out that my husband is a mortician, one of the questions people always ask me is it true? And the answer is no. It is not true. That's it. That's nothing. Is it true that after people die, their hair and nails continues to grow? Because that's an old myth. And no, it's not true. It is absolutely not true, because as soon as you die, your blood stops pumping. Nothing continues. Except blood starts to pool and whatever. But why people often think that the nails and hair continue to grow is because as you die, when you die, your skin and everything dehydrates, is a good way to put it. Okay. And so it kind of pulls away from everything, so it shrinks back. Yeah, I get it. And so the nails look longer, the hair looks longer, but it's really not.
Totes.
It's not.
Anytime I tell him he's a mortician, anytime I tell anyone he's a mortician, they're always like, what is that? Like, what do they do exactly? Everyone's always wide-eyed, and then they cross themselves and have to run away.
Well, it's funny to me because people go, oh, that's so gross.
Right.
And it's like, it's not.
It's not really. Well,
parts of it, yes. It's not for everyone. It's certainly not for everyone. I couldn't do it.
No, ma'am.
I have done hair for On the Dead.
Look,
you know, the nice thing about doing hair for the dead is they don't talk back.
Yeah, they have no complaints.
You know, and already I'm going to go off topic because I have to tell you this.
We're already off topic.
I know. I went to the grocery store this morning, and the worst thing happened.
Worst?
Somebody wanted to talk to me.
Oh. Were they wearing
I'm like, don't talk to me.
Were they wearing a mask?
No!
I hate that.
Did you know the worst part about that?
What?
They had something hanging out their nose.
Oh,
and I couldn't even go, bitch, you got something hanging out your nose.
Yeah.
But it was somebody that I kind of know.
Are they going to be listening to this?
I doubt it.
I'm uncomfortable now.
But it started out with, hey, how are you? How are the kids? And then turned into this, I'm going to tell you everything all about my family, and each and every one of them individually went, oh my God.
You're a girl. Listen.
I just wanted to get my shit and get up out of the store.
Girl, I just need some bread. Get the fuck out my way.
Anyway,
Honestly.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So that was my answer to that question. No, nothing continues to grow after you die, other than your family's bill to pay for it. That's it. Hey, oh. So we're going to talk about men and dating and kind of how that's worked for us, how it hasn't worked for us, how whatever. All the crazy shit surrounding it.
Yeah.
So what's funny to me, and I have said this for many, many years, is I've never been really very good at dating. And I haven't done a lot of dating unless you are referring to what sex workers call dating. Except I was too stupid to get paid for it.
Girl.
I mean, honestly, had I got paid for all the men I gave it away to and never saw again, I would have been comfortable in my living. You know, although I probably wouldn't have charged enough because I devalued myself. I don't know.
No, you were like, you want to do what? I'm in. And then you're all, oh, God damn it. I should have charged more.
Right? Which I don't know because honestly, my dating relationship, whatever, is mostly a series of one-night stands.
Okay.
You know, meet someone in a bar, they're cute, you have that whole, like, chemistry, whatever. And for me, because I was young and dumb...
Sure. We've been there.
Oh, yeah.
We went to the same school, girl.
Right.
Young and dumb.
Oh my God, I have to tell you something about that too later. But anyway,
Great.
Young and dumb, and I also had zero self-esteem.
Okay.
Because growing up fat and tortured,
Sure.
it's like, you don't think you're attractive. You don't think you're worth anything, and all of a sudden, men are paying attention, and you're like, oh,
okay, I'm hot.
There must be, I should go after this one. And so I would go, and had I been able to wrap my head around, girl, this is just for fun. Yeah. Go have yourself a little fun. Don't put anything on it. Yeah, don't put any expectations.
But girl, daddy issues.
Girl.
When you ain't got one.
When you ain't got one.
You really
And I, you know, that is another thing you and I have in common is not having one. I mean, you had one kind of there sometimes, but...
The one I had was more like a violent drill sergeant than a father. Do you know what I mean? So there's a difference.
And I didn't meet mine until I was 14.
So
really the first words out of his mouth were a rude comment about how fat I was. And I'm all... I've waited my whole life to meet you, and this is the...
Why?
Hi, look at her. She doesn't miss meal. So as you can imagine, that really just warmed my little heart. And it just really added to that whole not having any kind of sense of self-worth. And so is it any wonder that my dating, my relationship with men is all fucked up. I mean, it is trash. And I mean, it's better now. Once I got... therapy,
right?
Self-esteem,
girl. Therapy does the body good.
Therapy, girl. That was the key.
Yep, everyone go get therapy.
But prior to that, girl,
I know
there was a lot and lots of. I want to tell you this super stupid story.
Okay.
When I was 18, I was home. I hadn't moved away from home yet, listening to the radio, and I listened to this one station quite often, and they had been doing this call-in contest. Yeah. And if you called in, I don't remember what you won. Maybe it was concert tickets. Who knows? Who cares? It doesn't matter. But this day I'm listening, and the DJ who... you know DJs, you never know what they look like. Especially that. Yeah. Now, of course, everybody has social media. You know what they all look like. But he sounded cute. He was like, you know what? I don't have any more prizes to give out, but I still want to do this because this contest is so fun. I know, if you're the first person to call in and name this song, I will take you out to pizza. And it was like, ooh, girl.
Ooh, girl, dinner.
Yay. And of course I'm thinking, yeah, he's probably not wanting me for whatever, but who cares? So the music didn't even start yet. There was a sound effect at the beginning of the song, which is like the clap of thunder. And I'm all dialing. Yeah. Old-fashioned rotary phone.
Yes, girl.
But I was the first one. I recognized the song as Rhythm of the Rain by the Cascades. And he was all right, well, you know, blah, blah, blah. As soon as we get off the air, I'll get all your information. We'll go out and blah, blah, blah. So, sometime later...
Get that, TJ.
I met him in Portland. He picked me up in his Trans Am. And he had some friend with him, I'm sure. So, so it won't be weird. There's extra people. Right. Not weird. Gangbang. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god!
Kidding.
That's if it's only 3 people, that's not what it is.
No, it's not? Okay.
No.
I've never done this. I don't know. Anyhow.
I'm leaving.
Anyhow. So we went out. We had pizza. We had dinner. It was fine. Yeah. Whatever. And I thought, well, that was fun. That was cute. And by the way, totally hot. He was hot. Hot. that will play in later.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So that was it. Mm-hmm. Move on with my life. I'm doing things. I'm going places. I move away from home. I move to the city. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, going places and doing things.
3 years later.
Wait.
Yes. 3 years later, I get a letter from this guy.
Wait.
A letter. Yeah, because people used to write letters.
Was it carried by a dove?
It
or
was.
a raven?
It was.
Was it a
No,
scroll?
it was Hedwig the owl brought me.
And the angry inch
and
brought you.
dropped it off at my door. And I'm all, what's this? What is this odd paper thing?
Yeah.
And it was a letter from him saying, hey, I know this is going to sound silly, but I've thought a lot about you since and I would love to actually see you again. And I'm like,
all, is he proposing?
What? Right, we're going to be married tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, that's odd, but okay. And I just remembered how hot he was. Mm-hmm. In case I forgot, he sent a picture.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
I'm done.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. So I was like, okay, all right, girl, I go out with you because he's cute. Mm-hmm. I cannot stress enough how cute he was.
Okay, so he was cute. When you met him again, was he cute?
So cute.
Okay, good.
However,
oh no, he was
so
racist.
we went out.
He was
Well,
a
he
bigot.
may have been. Okay. I don't know. That was a long time ago. Everyone was. And, No, he lost his career as a DJ from doing too much drugs.
Oh.
Was living back home with his mother.
Okay.
But whatever, I didn't care. He was cute.
Right.
And
Girl.
that trumps everything.
Sure.
It
shouldn't, but it does.
So cute.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved his mom. His mom was super cool. Talked to her, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So we went out for a while. On my 21st, actually, we just started going out, and I was turning 21. Because he went out with me and a group of my friends on my 21st birthday, where I ended up being the designated driver because everybody else started drinking immediately. And I'm like, really?
You mother...
As the responsible one in the group, I stayed sober.
That's good of
Well,
you.
and he disappeared.
Oh.
I'm all, wait, where'd my boyfriend go? Mm-hmm. Boyfriend, probably too strong of a word. We had just started dating. But I don't know. I think you go out once.
The boy that I see every once in a while that happens to be a friend.
Yeah. So, whatever. He disappears and he shows up towards the end of oh, look, I'm back.
Oh, hey, bitch, where you been?
My birthday. Whatever.
And I have to drive home.
So, we went out for a little bit. Then one day I call, and his mother answers the phone. Not surprising because Liz was his mother.
Sure.
And I'm all, hey, we're going to say her name's Thelma. Hey, Thelma, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, good. Well, he's not here. And I go,
yeah.
Why would I know he's not there? She goes, well, he moved to Lebanon.
Excuse me?
And I said, what? Yeah, he moved to Lebanon and I go, I hope to God you mean the Middle East. Because if he just moved to Lebanon, Oregon and didn't tell me that he was going somewhere. And she goes, no, it's here in Oregon.
First of all.
What the hell? And he couldn't bother to call me? Couldn't tell me?
Who the fuck moves there? And why?
Why,
yeah,
right? Well, he had a job, so I don't know. And I don't know what he was doing. Maybe working at some little radio station. Maybe digging ditches. I don't know. I never saw him again.
That's
because
so fucking crazy. What's his name?
6 months later.
I'm gonna Google him.
6 months later, he calls me out of the blue like it was yesterday that he talked to me. He's all, hey, how are you? So I was like, why are you calling me?
What the hell are you?
He goes, what do you mean? I go,
we're mad the
I haven't talked to you in 6 months. Oh, I've been busy.
Girl, break your
legs. So too busy to pick up a phone?
Your kneecaps?
You had to have some time somewhere where you had to sit down.
No.
And pick up.
He's been standing this entire time.
And you cannot call and
running
stand.
in place.
Everybody knows that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Please. Back in the day, those still had phones with those long cords. You had one of those cords probably could take you anywhere in your house where you could call. You could have pulled it into the bathroom.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that.
But that was how that ended because I was all, no. And he's like... And I don't know where I got the kind of chutzpah, because I was still literally no self-esteem, where I was like, oh, he treats me like crap, but I was like, no, girl. Bye, girl, bye.
What age were you, 21?
I was 21.
And girl, I would have been like, oh my God, he loves me.
Well.
Oh my God, he's back.
That was my stupidity.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, we're going to take this little moment, take a little break, but then we're going to get into your stories, girl.
God, okay.
And we're back,
Welcome.
And now it's time for Annika to talk about the men's in her life.
Listen, my history with men isn't any better, okay?
Oh, no, I know.
It's
I haven't met